Alright, hello everyone, my name's Kevin and I'm going to be going over my Queer Archive project for this class where we'll be discussing the sort of representation of queer Latinx people, Latinidad people in society and in the media today. So basically what I'm going to be discussing and going through with this project is kind of very similar to one of the other pieces that we have discussed in the class, which is the Muholi piece with Faces and Phases, where it'll be similar in the sense that it'll be conducted as a photograph essay where I would be taking photographs or images of Latinx people expressing their identity being queer or expressing their queerness along with their culture of being Latinx or Latino. So with that, I want to include images of their fashion, their expressions, candid action shots, just sort of like that. And then along with these images or photographs, I'm going to be conducting interviews as well, where I would ask questions on how they lived with their expression of being both queer and Latinidad and how they grew up with sort of lack of representation or the other modes of representation that they had for their identity, as well as talking about their experiences with certain challenges that queer Latino people face, which is the lack of representation, the language barrier, immigrant guilt, machismo, religion, and some of the other issues that I've found from other studies. So kind of rehashing, I would be going over the interview stuff with that, where I would sit down and talk with them one-on-one. And so that would be accompanied with the photographs. Now, due to the recent events being like school is canceled and all that, I have found difficulty to see how I proceed further with photographing, especially with all the social distancing and such. So I've been trying to determine the best mode of action to kind of accompany a better like mindset to continue forward without the photographs. So what I was also thinking is kind of visualizing or observing and analyzing the current Latinx queerness in media and in society today. So just a more of a generalized media input. So I would be looking at Latin drag queens in TV and Instagram and social medias and stuff like that, and see how they express their queerness being Latina and Latino. And another one would be Paper Magazine. I didn't know they did have a few models that were trans and Latinx that I would be including, as well as a fellow, like a bunch of queer musicians. I know this trans Brazilian artist who is being discussed and who showed their perils through their music of being queer, femme, and Latinx in Brazil. So that's some of the few examples that I've kind of looked into to see if I could maybe like observe those instead. I haven't really decided on which point that I would rather go for. And that is pretty much it for basically just synopsis. Again, that would be taking images and photographs of Latinx individuals who are expressing their identity being queer at Latinx and why it's important to sort of represent them in that outlook and show the struggles. So similar to, again, Muholi's piece. Now, moving forward, that is all. If you guys have any questions or comments regarding, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below, or if you have any suggestions if I should move forward with either combining both and having photographs of like the individuals that I've already looked into, or having the more celebrity scope or media mainstream scope. All right, yeah, so that was my little portion, so thank you.